Hi everyone, welcome to Teacher Chan channel. This video will talking about Physics Paper 2 Making Decision or Modification. The first one is the front and rear crumple zone. Normally, the crumple zone is very important because it can increase time of impact when accident occur. When the time of impact increase, so it will help to reduce impulsive force so that the passenger and driver will not experience serious injury. Using soft material to making dashboard. Normally, the dashboard must using soft material is because we want to increase the time of impact. When the time of impact increase, so it will reduce impulsive force. So the next one will be the seat belt. The seat belt is very important because it can prevent passenger throw forward due to negative effect of inertia. So students, remember wear your seat belt when you are inside the car. Big diameter of the tire. So the tire of the vehicle, usually we will using the big diameter is due to the formula. Pressure equal to the force divided the area. Since the pressure is inversely proportional to area, so increasing the area will decreasing the pressure. That's why the reason is the pressure is low. Besides that, big diameter of the tire will make the car more stable. Anti-locking brake system, or what we say ABS. This ABS is very important because once the accident occurs, the car does not stop immediately. Besides that, the car can be controlled if direction change. The last one is the car does not move to the sideway. Streamline. Usually, the design of the object in the water, we will using this term, streamline. The streamline help to reduce the resistance of water so that the object will move with high velocity in the water. Aerodynamic. The design of the object that usually we can find on the land or in the sky, we have to using aerodynamic design because this design help to reduce the resistance of air. When the air resistance is being reduced, so the forward force will be increased, then the object will move with a high velocity. Aerofoil. Aerofoil is the shape of the wing of the aeroplane. According to the Bernoulli principle, when the fluid moving at high speed, it will create low pressure. So, the aerofoil will helping the aeroplane to create an outward lifting force when moving at high speed. 45-degree angle of projection. When the aeroplane is going to take off, the base angle is 45 degrees, so that it will increase the flight distance. Another one, quite similar to the previous slide, is 45-degree angle of launching of water rocket. During the school competition, usually teacher will ask the student to design the water rocket. The base angle must be 45 degrees so that the water rocket can travel maximum distance. Heat insulator is used to cover the body of rocket. The reason is because when the rocket is moving, it will experience frictional force. So, the friction between the air and body of the rocket produce heat, and the heat insulator is cover the body of the rocket, will helping reduce heat conductivity. More compartment of lorry. Usually, the lorry carry liquid. We had to using 3 compartments in order to reduce the effect of inertia. Small belt behind lorry. Look at this lorry. Do you see that here got a small belt? So the small belt is used to discharge the spark. When the vehicle is moving with high velocity, so the body of the vehicle will produce the electrostatic charge, and sometimes it will create spark. So the small belt will help us to discharge the electrostatic charge to the ground. At the same time, it can prevent the petrol from burning. Smooth surface body of boat, which coated with wax. Wax will create a very smooth surface, so the boat will reduce the friction of body toward water. So, during the competition, the design of the boat, we can write this example using smooth surface body of boat. Plimsoll line. Plimsoll line is a guideline to ensure that the boat are safe on the different density of water, such as fresh water, sea water, and so on. Large hot air balloon. When the size of the balloon is large, it creates bigger buoyant force. Bigger buoyant force we also can write as increase the volume of air displacement. That's why the hot air balloon able to rise up. Nylon hot air balloon. The material to build the hot air balloon, we can write nylon due to 3 reasons. The first one is air-proof, so that the helium gas does not easily diffuse out from the hot air balloon. Second, the nylon is low density material, so it is light. Last one, nylon is a strong material, so it can long lasting. Hot air balloon fly on early morning or late afternoon. The suitable time for the hot air balloon to rise in a higher position is either early morning or late afternoon, because the temperature of surrounding air outside the balloon is cooler compared to the inside of balloon. That's why the balloon will rise higher. Steel spring. The material to build the spring with a large spring constant usually is steel. Steel spring is stiffer, so it can withstand larger force. Spring with large diameter of wire. Student, look at these two pictures. Do you see that you got two different diameter of wire? So which one is large diameter of wire? Yeah, it's the first spring. Okay, so this one is the large diameter of wire, or usually we say this one is the thicker wire spring. So the thicker wire spring having a larger spring constant. When the spring constant is larger, so we say this one is stiff. When the spring is stiff, so the spring does not break easily. Large spring constant. When the question asking which spring able to support more force, then you all have to choose the answer is large spring constant. The large spring constant will cause the spring become more stiff, so it does not broken easily. Soft material growth. Goalkeeper where the growth must using soft material because it helping to lessen the time of impact, so it can reduce impulsive force. When catching the ball, the goalkeeper should move his hand backward. Move his hand backward is a kind of technique when you play the game. It will help to lessen the time impact between ball and the hand, so it will reduce impulsive force. The ball should have enough air pressure inside. When the ball has enough air pressure, it will shorten the time impact between the foot and the ball. So, impulsive force increase, the ball will move with high speed and it will move far away. Thicker wall at the base of dam. The design of the dam is like this. So this one will be the design of the dam. Okay, so student, I'm not very good in drawing. Okay. So here is the water. Okay, here is the water. So look at this part. Do you see that at this part is thicker when you compare to the upper part? So why this one is thin and why this one is thicker is because the pressure increase with depth. When the depth increasing, the water pressure also increase. So we had to build a thicker wall at the base of the dam so that it can withstand greater pressure. High specific heat capacity. Material with high specific heat capacity able to absorb heat slowly or absorb more heat as compared with low specific heat capacity material. The base example is water, which is 4,200 joule per kg per degree Celsius. So student, our video will stop here. If you like my video, please share to your friends and remember subscribe teacher. See you all next time.